My international enhancement year began in August 2017 at Coventry Biennial of Contemporary Art for the duration of the first semester. Coventry Biennial of Contemporary Art is a new ambitious art festival in Coventry, the UK. At the 2017 inaugural festival, Coventry Biennial chose the Coventry Evening Telegraph building for their central exhibition. From the 6th to the 22nd of October 2017, the Biennial held 13 exhibitions and 60 events with works from over 70 artists. The main theme running through all of the shows, the future. The Biennial used this theme as a starting point for the festival to consider how Coventry's history impacts the role of contemporary art within it. My role as an intern included things such as documenting install and deinstall, documenting exhibitions, the events during the Biennial, and supplying the Biennial with the high-res images from this. Other reasonable tasks and shared roles included assisting in preparation of exhibitions and events, supporting artists and team members, invigilating, collecting data and evaluations, and just championing the Biennial as a whole. Some of the positives of this experience include learning a variety of new skills, painting, building, and how I can assist artists and more. This was also one of the first experiences of working in a professional artistic environment that helped me to realise what industry I'd like to enter after graduating. Having the opportunity to network with others on such a daily basis was so crucial to my experience, as I was able to create new relationships with those in the industry who I know I can rely on in the future and who also know they can rely on me. I made some very strong friendships within this experience too. I learned a lot about myself in this environment, such as how I deal with high-pressure situations and how effective I was at communicating in a team environment. I also learned how to approach a job contract in the future, especially in terms of specific roles and agreements in pay. Some of the challenges I experienced included a lack of leadership and communication from others in the team. Some team members, when under high pressure circumstances, didn't communicate well to the rest of the group, so to avoid this in the future I would concentrate more on planning and preparation of the event and to delegate tasks, so if there aren't any opportunities to communicate properly, things would still operate smoothly. Things at the Biennial were certainly time restricted and high pressured, which made it an extremely exhausting and demanding experience, which could be a bit much at times. However, I am grateful for this experience. Despite loving my internship, I did come away out of pocket, which had a huge knock-on effect on my study abroad experience. This is something I will consider further in the future. For my second semester, I moved to Spain to study at Universidad Europea de Madrid to begin the second chapter of my enhancement year. UEM is a private university owned by the Laureate Education and has over 16,000 students. It's located in the very heart of Spain, just west of the capital city, Madrid. I moved to Madrid on January 5th and Term 1 began on the following Monday. Over the course of Term 1, I studied international marketing strategies, film studies and creation and visual development. This term I am studying product and brand management, film directing and a Spanish language course too. My study abroad experience ends at the end of June after the second term is finished. Some positives of this experience and things I've learned during my time at UEM so far include learning and discovering different modules. Where possible, I am still able to incorporate my photography. However, I really appreciate and enjoyed completing the marketing and business-orientated modules. The timetable provided for a lot of free time, and I have been able to travel and experience Madrid, which I've really loved. I have also learned a lot about my personality and have enjoyed meeting people and making friends from all over the world. Challenges I have experienced here include the communication between myself and the uni. The relaxed lifestyle here means it takes some tutors a while to respond, which is not what I'm used to from Coventry University. The timetables at UEM call for very long hours in class, and I have classes that are between 3 to 4 hours long, which can get intense and slightly boring, and I find it hard to keep focusing some of the modules I'm less interested in. Language barriers at the university have prevented me slightly in some ways, as the majority of my classes are Spanish students, so the class is sometimes in Spanish. However, they're still accommodating and I don't think it's really affected my grades. One of the major drawbacks of the campus is how far away it is. Although transport is cheap, it can sometimes take me up to an hour and a half to get home. Now the positive and negatives of living in Madrid. I live in Embajadores, which is located 10 minutes from Sol and a very popular district of Madrid. However, as I first mentioned, it can take me up to an hour and a half to get home from uni. The positives of living in Spain is the Spanish lifestyle. They are very relaxed and the weather is so nice. I feel like this has really had a positive effect on my mental health. I love learning about their culture and learning the language, and one of my favourite things has been seeing the flamenco dancers at a festival in Sevilla recently. I have really enjoyed travelling and I'm really looking forward to seeing more of Spain in the next few weeks. I've learnt so much about many cultures, which has also taught me more about my own and what I can sometimes take for granted. However, on the other side of this, the relaxed lifestyle can be a hindrance when you're trying to get things done and you're in a rush, since everybody takes their time doing things. Due to the language and cultural barriers, things can get slightly lonely in Madrid, and as much as I try and not let it bother me, I do miss my friends and family, and I wish they could experience these things with me. Pushing past all the negatives wasn't hard to do, since the positives always outweigh the negatives in every circumstance. They have taught me to see what's important and what I should focus on the most. If I could recommend anything, I would say, if it's possible, to do both studying and working in the whole year, as both of these have been so eye-opening personally and professionally. Professionally, I learned so much from my internship that I know I wouldn't have learnt otherwise, but personally I know that I wouldn't have learnt what I have since coming into Madrid. This whole year has been a huge learning curve and I've loved every moment. During the year, I've been updating my website and images from my time in Madrid, and also as an intern with Coventry Biennial. To see my portfolio, please go to emilyjonesphotography.co.uk. As well as updating my website, I have been taking a second-long video every day since January 1st. This has really helped me to remember this experience in a different and very accessible way, since I keep it on my phone. I've really enjoyed doing it and I hope to continue for the whole year, but here's what I have so far.
If you don't do that,
I think I've gotten this. Great gal.
Who's going on?
what's this? You know.
It's just a picture.
Awesome. We've got time for this.
One that you said.